Great.
If only they could hear us.
Work on that audio.
I'm always working on that audio. You know me.
You have a nice mic. Yours looks fancy.
It's actually
It's
this
the worst one.
Oh, really?
Sort of, because this basically records everything.
Mm.
So this is the only way to do a third mic because it only has 2 inputs, but it also has built-in inputs. So it would be great if I just had like a separate mixer that I could just sit over here and then have 3 mics, but I don't want to spend any more money on this podcast than I already have.
Right.
So maybe next year.
It's not worth
when
it.
the funding comes in from the league. Maybe
Yeah.
Right.
Our budget will.
Any
Our
money
dues.
the league gets
Our dues. We need more dues.
is
Yeah.
going toward a
Raise the
McCown
dues.
jersey,
We really do. I mean, we're getting totally shafted. All this money just going to Vegas.
which we're winning right now. We're up.
We're not up from the beginning of the year.
Yeah, we
though.
are.
We are.
We're up. Uh-huh.
How much did
we
you
start
put?
with?
Yeah.
Oh,
How much do you start with?
I thought we each put 10 in.
Yeah, but only 5 of that goes toward the betting. 5 of it goes toward. So we were at 60.
So there's 60 in the reserve.
Yeah, and according to Brian's last
Cool.
message, we are currently at 71.89.
There we are.
Killing it.
Let's go.
Yeah, because we're 3-2 this year on picks.
Yeah, we've kind of come back from a slow start.
No, we've been literally up and down every week.
That's exactly what I meant.
So do you split it evenly at the end, or what do you do at the
Yeah.
end?
Well,
Or do we like go out to a bar and just like
No, we
spend it on drinks?
Isn't
No.
that what happened?
no.
Yeah, Brian gave me a check.
Yeah, because half of the pot, the $5 that isn't in the money, goes just to the winner,
Mm.
and then the
Oh.
$5 that is in the money is supposed to be split up everyone evenly. But last year we all were just like, we didn't even win
Oh,
any
we
money.
put
It
a
was like
bunch
three.
of-
We lost like all of our money, so we had like $3 left.
That
So
was-
We're gonna win. We're gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Last year we were on a streak for
Yeah.
a while. We had like a decent amount of money in the pot.
How
Like,
high did you get?
I don't
like,
remember exactly.
I can't
hundreds?
remember either.
Somebody in the chat help us out, but we definitely like. I was feeling like, oh, dude, why doesn't everyone gamble? This is so easy. It's
Yeah.
free money.
We were looking really good, and then it
Yeah,
tanked.
we really.
Because
tanked quick.
we had a different system last year where we'd bet half the pot every week.
Okay.
So you can
Yeah.
win real quick and you can lose real
Lose.
quick.
Oh.
But this year, Brian, I like this system a little better.
Little
it kind of keeps us,
conservative.
it keeps
we
us in
Really
check.
got PTSD from
Yeah,
last season because we toned it down quite a bit.
yeah.
If I'm being honest, I usually look at who's already nominated, and I'm like, I'm gonna copy exactly what they did.
If I
I don't know.
it's honestly not the worst because if I was like one of the last people to nominate, I'm not even going to nominate a game that no one else did because it's just a waste.
Yeah,
of the
what's
pick.
the point?
So I might as well just see what other people say.
Last year, Brian kept statistics of how everyone picked and how they did overall.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think
I don't think he's
well,
doing that
the
this year.
total. He's doing our total. I think he is because every week he tells us how we did.
Yeah, but he went
Just as a group.
individually, each person.
But I bet he's doing it individually, but he just isn't telling
Oh,
us.
maybe. Well,
Because
last year, we
why
can
would-
look.
How could he track it if not doing it individually? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. Last year, this doesn't seem right. I think Brian's updating.
Aaron says he's winning the league. Bag it and tag it. That's fake news.
Oh yeah, Brian is updating it individually this year. It's on 3stepflop.com. You can check it out. You can see how you're doing.
I need to add a 3stepflap.com logo.
There's a
to
lot of
this.
green. Do you see all that green?
Yeah, you're actually doing pretty well, Marianne.
No surprise. Just kidding.
No surprise.
Taylor has the best nomination accuracy right now, and then Marianne.
Wow. Girls rule.
We
Girls
gotta
roll.
get this- we got to get Lauren's
Go,
idea of
women.
Girls Takeover podcast.
Yeah.
We will do
Where
it.
you guys eat hot wings and answer.
I
questions.
I will do a hot ones version.
That would be
A hot
fucking
Love
ones.
hot ones.
Can we get Sean Evans on the podcast?
Oh,
3-step
that'd be
flop. Hot ones.
I bought
I'll do
sriracha
it.
because of him.
Cam has almost all the hot sauces.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
he collects
awesome.
them, so we can borrow them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I
I'd-
couldn't
I
handle
would
any of
see-
this.
I mean,
Except
he
for
like
the fish
I think
sriracha.
he's literally killing himself, but like
Right.
he,
One day at a time.
One day at a time. He's like sweating while he's eating. I said, this can't be comfortable.
That's what. Yeah. That's what
can't be
I've
good for
never
you.
Understood hot food. I still remember like when we would go to like baseball tournaments and we would have 2 or 3 games in a day, And then like at the end of the day or in between games, we would go to like some wing place and like the whole team would get food or whatever.
Right.
And there was always somebody on the team who wanted to do like the
blazing,
Yeah.
like
10 blazing,
kill yourself challenge.
Yeah.
And that's all I can think about when I think about like hot food is like I just watch these children just destroy themselves for like hours at a time, and like it was funny, but like it didn't look fun or entertaining or like
and
tasty.
if you accidentally touch your eyes or other parts of your body, like you're bye.
Bye. Bye.
I do not understand it, but I
teach their own.
Definitely come around to like watching people.
Oh yeah,
because like now
I love hot ones.
It's
so
oh
funny.
My gosh,
it's so funny.
And like that video of him eating that pepper with that chili Klaus guy.
Yeah,
hysterical.
Fucking love chili Klaus. Do you see the second one?
No,
he does another one with chili Klaus.
Oh, damn.
They're in a horse-drawn carriage in
I
Times
haven't
Square,
seen it.
and they do it again, and they're like, I don't know why we did this again.
I don't know why we keep
and they
torturing ourselves.
they try and have a conversation, and it doesn't last very long. And eventually, they're like, okay, that's good, thanks. And Chili Klaus gets off the carriage and just runs into the middle of Times Square and pukes on the grass.
Oh God.
And there's like a girl like sunbathing right next to him. It's great.
That's cool.
Okay.
Well, I would do it. We might have to tone it down. I don't think
Yeah.
I could do like the hottest one, like the last dab.
No.
Like I don't think I could do that.
No.
Like entry level hot ones.
Yeah, like he
Just,
has.
like, start with
he
ketchup.
has zombie. He has zombie apocalypse.
Mustard.
Cholula. Very basic.
I want to try the aardvark one
Yeah, me too.
because it seems like it's not too hot.
I want to try the hot
People
ones
always
one.
say they like it.
Yeah, everyone says they like the
The
taste
hot
of it.
ones is like not the last dab, but the other one is really good.
Everyone says it's really good.
It's a little sweet,
Yeah.
sweet and spicy.
How about just
With
some
some pineapple
taste
in
instead
it?
of tasting like fire?
Yeah.
It tastes like gasoline.
Yeah.
You think we got our max viewership in the chat right now? We ready to get this thing rolling?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We got two viewers. One
Boom. That's
me.
that's top.
One of it's you. We have one viewer.
We have one viewer. His name's Aaron.
It's just Aaron.
What's up, Aaron? Where the fuck is Brian?
I don't know. We'll wait a little bit. We'll give it a little bit of time.
This is,
We
we
gotta
gotta wait for all
we
of
gotta
our
wait for our
We don't wanna
viewers.
spoil any of this great content.
we'll give it just a second. We'll text him. Tinashe, where you at?
It is 9:08. You guys are a little on top of your game tonight.
I know.
It helps when Gator gets out of school like an hour early.
Yeah.
That's true.
Plenty of time.
Because there were a few times when he was like walking in the door, like eating as he's walking in. It's like 9:25. Everyone's posting in the group me. Where the fuck are you guys?
Which is why I think we might need to switch this off of Thursdays.
It's fine.
Wednesdays might be better.
It's fine. We can do Wednesday or Friday or Saturday. Doesn't matter.
Well, Friday and Saturday, I think if we do a Friday or Saturday, we're gonna have a better chance of skipping it. We're gonna
skip it. Who skips it?
Last year we did all the time.
Last year was different.
This is more serious.
Yeah.
This is better this year.
We have
It is a lot
the
better.
stakes are higher. There's two more people in the
All
league.
right, maybe a Friday then.
There's people who aren't in the league that are counting on this to happen.
I do listen to this before I pick. So it is
So
kind of
really-
nice having it before picks.
So what you're saying is this podcast is the reason why you're in first place.
It might
That's
be.
what I heard. I don't know.
It
I
might
don't know what
be.
he said,
You know,
that's
what if one week we do it on a Saturday, like at noon, and we watch the picks come
That's
in.
a great idea.
That's
That's a great
idea. Like a draft day
Yes.
podcast that's
Love
like
it.
The
6
names
hours
just come
long or
in.
something like
Boom,
that.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another pick just in. We'll
get
do
like
it one day.
A siren or something.
Yeah, we'll do that one day.
Not
We'll
today.
be hammered on a Saturday because I'll just be drinking the whole time,
like me.
like
usually.
Marianne is every day.
Where do you go for all these fun drinking times?
We just have been tailgating really early. So we've
Oh,
been
like at UK.
Yeah.
games? Oh shit.
so like the draft start at noon, but sometimes when I've been going, I haven't picked till 1:30 or 2 o'clock. So I'm already
Right.
pretty trashed
Right.
at that point.
That's
I've
what
been drinking for 2 hours.
You know, I might be a little drunk on this Saturday because I'm going to be brewing. I'll be having a couple drinks. I'm going to be busy.
you're gonna have a
actually.
great pick.
Yeah. That's great advice.
drink.
Just
yeah.
drink.
Yeah.
I mean,
Although I actually was sober on Saturday, but I had kind of picked my pick before.
Well, this week.
Because you had already made your pick 2 days early. So
did.
I was like,
did.
okay, I know exactly who I don't have to wait around.
Mhm. It's nice, isn't it?
It is nice. Although you guys were throwing me off because you started at like 10:30 on Saturday.
yeah, I think whoever.
Yeah.
Someone got the picks going early.
I did.
Yeah. And I was like, I hadn't like completely made my decision.
Well, you don't have to start until noon.
Right.
You have the first person who picks first has until noon.
Yeah.
So.
But I thought of my name and I said, I'm pulling the trigger. I'm doing this right now.
All right. Before we start, I'm gonna hit the restroom. Do we need any beers? Or
Yes,
anything like
I
that?
do need one.
Can I
Will
steal
you
one
grab
from
me
you,
a
Tony?
Bud
Yeah,
Light
sure.
Lime?
Bud Light Lime, classic
There was
October beer.
There was a Miller Lite, this IPA, and 2 Bud Light Limes.
That's like what was left in your fridge.
Yes.
Nice.
My parents don't drink really, so that was left over when Cam lived with them.
Really?
I did.
Still
Did I
in
tell
there?
you? Yeah.
That's funny.
He was there till August, from
I think
January to August.
I think you mentioned that last time I talked to you
Yeah.
guys. I
Yeah.
don't know when that was. Maybe
May Gators party
That's
probably.
right. That's right. Yep. That was fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I got way too drunk.
That's part of the fun. What are you up here for this weekend? Just visiting for your family? Or?
My birthday's on Tuesday.
Shit, nice. Wow, isn't that close to Gators' birthday?
Yeah, we are a day apart.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're here for celebrate your birthday.
Yeah, my mom and I are just going shopping tomorrow. And I was like, we're going to make this 3-step flop work.
So perfect.
I'm gonna
glad
come
I'm
up.
glad it worked out.
I'm doing 3-step flop. Because when I heard you guys on the podcast say, she's not even listening to this.
Yeah.
She will never come on here.
Right.
I accepted the challenge.
I mean, that's.
And I'm here. That's why you said it.
We knew, right? We knew from the beginning that we could reverse psychology you. On
Yeah.
the podcast.
It worked like really well.
I'm glad
I
it
started
worked, man.
participating more. I subscribed.
That's always been my strategy. Actually, more of Gator's strategy is just to annoy until you get what you want.
Yeah. It's really good. I mean, it really is.
Very good at it.
Thank God.
This should twist off, correct?
Yeah.
It does. You know it's basic when it can twist off.
Oh yeah. Well, except Yingling. Am I right? They're twist
Yingling Light. Honestly, I never really drank Yingling until I started
Yingling's a
hanging
twist
out
off.
with
Yes.
you guys in Columbus.
Yingling Light is the
I
only.
never drank Yingling till I went up to Ohio State.
Well, they don't. I didn't think they had them in Kentucky at the time.
They don't, but I'd been to like UC but
Right.
you all just
Well, it's because while we were
Crushed
up
it.
there, they became a thing, like in Ohio. They weren't in Ohio till we got up there, and then our Brad from
Yes.
Maryland was like, "Oh, Yingling's the best thing ever. It's from Maryland." Well, it's not from
Maryland pride.
How's the mic now, Aaron? We got some mass chat coming in, by the way.
Whoa.
Oh no.
Aaron says first Bud Light Lime ever consumed on the pod.
Probably
Think he meant
so.
Bud.
Probably so.
Cam says those are definitely my beers. Cam is
Oh,
here.
Cam's in the.
Cam, what are you doing here? I thought you were doing trivia.
Brian is appalled that you're drinking Bud Light Lime.
I knew it. I
and
knew
it's
it.
not the summer.
I knew it.
Hey,
Hey, it's 80 degrees on Saturday
true.
and 77
it's
tomorrow.
supposed to be really
so,
nice this weekend, yeah.
Yeah.
For Gators big time party time.
I know. I'm so mad I can't be there.
How dare you? It's
I
gonna
know.
be-
I'm going to Keeneland. I
She's got her
actually
own
will
birthday coming
be
up.
really wasted Saturday. Our Keeneland bus starts at 10 a.m.
Hell yeah, dude. Dude, how do I need to get on one of these Keeneland buses that everybody
Yeah.
seems to be getting on. I swear to God, everyone I've talked to is like been
Most
on
of the
some
time, I
bus down to
don't even
Keeneland.
go into Keeneland.
Yeah, you just like drink that.
You're
Yeah.
just tailgating. Yeah.
Damn.
Bussing
I haven't
around.
been really drunk in a really long time. I might die at your party.
Do
on
it Saturday.
You should. Please send me a
Yeah.
snap vid.
Oh, I will.
Oh,
I want
man.
to see like the eyes just rolling in the back of your head. Just like you're just so
It's very obvious
Wasted.
when I get to that point. I think I'm really bad at like
covering it up.
yeah,
So am I.
but I'm not obnoxious about it. I'm not like the kind of person that's gonna
Just
be
kind of
obnoxious.
stumble
but
and giggle.
I usually spill shit or
Oh, I
Oh,
know.
yeah,
I have the
that-
like
yeah.
mobility of a
Mhm.
2-year-old.
I usually spill when I spill something. That's when you know. That
Yeah. When I drop a cup, it's like
Tony becomes like he can't support himself.
it's
Just the weight of the world is just
yeah. Just everything that's happened in the day is just it feels so heavy and heavier when I get drunk. And I'm just like, fuck it.
Fuck it. Let it
gone.
loose.
It's outie.
All right, well, let's get this thing going.
Why not?
All right. Hello, everyone who's listening. It sounds like we've got a hopping crowd tonight. My name is Gator Strand. With me, my co-host, as always,
Tony Dilatel.
and our guest this evening, the locust whore herself.
Mary Ann Farley.
Yeah.
Here in the flesh.
Man, you said it's crazy when someone's name changes.
I know.
Because
I
you
know.
like
I still
my
make the
brain
mistake.
my brain actually heard crone.
I know it did.
And then
I
like
know.
afterwards I was like, oh wait, I don't think that's what she said.
Yeah. It's still hard sometimes.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
that like? Like writing checks and stuff?
It's hard. A cursive F sucks. It's
That's
like
true.
the worst cursive letter ever. Like Crone, C was so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
C
the
is
same.
just classic and
Yeah,
almost
C's
every font.
classic.
Yeah.
Yeah. F sucks. I actually had to look up how to do a cursive F because I hadn't done it in so long.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
I Googled cursive F.
Well, that's when you just, like,
You just
make
a,
up your
a
own
regular
F.
F.
You just
you
do
just
it.
kind
Do
of
what you want.
swirl and then just cross in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's got to be a cross. As long
So
as
I
there's
just
a
do it real
cross, you're
fast and
good.
cross at the end, and
Right.
it just seems.
I basically just write
yeah.
all my capital letters in cursive in print. Like
Yeah.
if
And
it's a
then
capital
everything
letter,
else.
it's just in print, and then everything else. But I write in cursive all the time because Saint Susanna
Do you really?
That's
fucks
true.
me up.
See,
That's weird.
I have, dude. My
Yeah.
print looks like the most garbage you've ever seen.
No, Cody
I
Schramm's
ran into
handwriting
the
is
same
terrible.
problem because I had Catholic school till 5th grade, and then Mason was like print.
Yeah. Why are you writing
So I
cursive?
did cursive print
What is it,
mix
1750?
for years.
Yeah, that's basically what
Yeah.
I did. And all through like grade school and high school, people would like see me writing like, "Why are you doing that? It takes longer. It takes more space." And I was like, "Saint Susanna, dude.
Saint
Those Catholic
Susanna.
schools, man.
Right.
They made us write it all the way to
Elite.
till pretty long."
So I hear you got a birthday coming up.
I do.
Marianne.
Tuesday.
Yeah,
I
you-
hear you have a birthday
I
coming
do.
up.
Wednesday.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Wow.
Day apart.
Cheers to the birthday,
Day
people.
apart.
Cheers.
It's always easy to remember.
Happy birthday to your brother as well.
Yes. Andy Crone.
That's
He's
right. Fun fact: you guys share the same birthday.
We do.
Right. Who's older?
You
I don't know.
guess. When you think about us and our personalities,
older.
who do you
Well, Andy
But-
has an older soul,
Right.
but I'm gonna.
But
go
who's
you,
the
by
dominant
way.
twin? I'm older by 10 minutos.
Wow.
Yeah.
Andy
A whole
really
10
wanted
minutes.
to.
And I
to stay
never
in there.
let him forget it.
I've been on this world.
Bet you can believe
I've been on this world so
that.
long.
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember when I was your age. Do you tell him that every day?
Yeah.
Just
I remember 10 minutes ago when I
Oh,
was that
man.
naive.
my
He
pizza
said-
rolls were still in the oven.
He said,
You
yeah.
know?
Oh, yeah. 10 minutes. Okay. Yeah. I'm like, okay, Andy.
That was a good Andy impression.
Yeah. No, he's doing well. He has a bunch of interviews for residencies.
Oh yeah. When's he done
damn.
for school?
May.
Wow.
He has like 12 interviews already for residencies.
Damn.
Holy shit.
So
Beating him off with a stick.
he is doing well.
That's awesome.
Well
Yeah.
done.
That's really great.
Yeah.
And you're coming up to Cincy.
Yes, next June.
Man.
Official move back to the
Right.
Cincinnati area.
It's gonna be
Right
great.
before the season starts, the next
Yeah,
season starts.
so I
yeah.
can really prepare
Hell yeah, might be able to get
in
you
a
back
proper
on the pod.
way.
Right.
Yeah, I'll be back on the pod. We can even maybe get Cam on the pod.
Yeah.
That would be great. We just need everyone that we can,
Right.
whether you're in the league or not.
This
Come
has
on the pod.
officially become a 3-person podcast now.
Yeah.
It's just a rotating.
It's way
slot
better
for-
than when just me and Gator are.
Yeah, because we don't know what we're talking about.
You know nothing.
I
Johnson.
obviously know exactly what I'm talking about.
Of course. Well,
I'm a professional
that's why
bad
we have,
quarterback league
I
fantasy
mean,
player.
Well,
you have
clearly-
the pedigree. You have the pedigree to say
Absolutely.
that. So
Well, let's kick things off at the bottom of the list last week. We've got the commish with negative 11.10 points. Marianne, who did he go with?
He went with Cam, my favorite name of the week. Cam, female routes Newton.
Yeah.
what does that mean?
Because he was talking about.
He's talking about a female talking about routes.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
God,
yeah.
That's hilarious.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh.
What was he
I
thinking?
cackled.
What was he thinking
Did
when
you
he
see
said
the
that?
video when what he said?
Oh,
to that?
yeah.
Oh, it was just
Oh,
gold.
yeah.
It was gold. What did you think
His-
as a woman?
What would he think watching this podcast right now?
Yeah, really. She don't know anything. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it was, the way he made a face. was
face,
bad. It was the face.
Mhm.
Had he just kind of been like, oh, I like seeing a female talk, I
Yeah.
think that would have been okay, but he went.
It would have been better for sure. Yeah, the face that he made was
He
just,
laughed.
It was
because
he laughed and he like did a cringy face.
Yeah.
It was a cringy face.
Like I actually read well, I think a lot of people did this. They read the quote first and then saw the video. And like I read the quote and I was like, okay, that's bad, but it's probably he can get past this. And I
You're
saw the
taking out
video
of
and I was
context
like,
or something.
oh,
No.
he's not.
No.
He's not gonna get past
Cringy
this
face.
one.
And then walking into the game, he had a practice or a game or something. He had a hat on, and it had like the Rosie the Riveter. So,
No.
yes,
I didn't
and
hear
heart.
about this.
It was a pin that had Rosie the Riveter on it,
What?
and then it had hearts around it.
That's almost like
Yeah.
patronizing.
Yeah, that's
I was
pushing
just
it.
like, okay, like you apologize. Let's move on. No need to wear a women's pride pin on your hat.
Yeah, like that's
Yeah.
that's just like going a little bit too far. And what I liked was all the people who decided to go to that journalist's Twitter account and find the stuff that she had
Yes.
said, because apparently that's the world we live in now, where anytime there's any controversy and it's somebody who's not really well known, just go to their Twitter and type in the N-word and then see when they've ever used it.
Right.
And then you can just ruin their entire career.
That's why if Lauren says anything ridiculous, they're gonna look her up on this podcast.
They're going to type in
They're gonna-
Lauren Kent.
I don't even
I've-
know what's on the internet. I was a weird kid, so who
Yeah.
knows what's out there.
That's why I scrubbed all my social media, because
Did you do that?
Yeah, it's gone.
Oh,
It's
I
all
need to
gone.
do
It's
that.
not all gone. You're just hiding.
No, all of the like previous
Posts like prior
everything
to
is
like
I see
gone.
what you mean. I see what you
I
mean.
scrubbed that shit like Hillary Clinton.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
I need
Just
to do that.
Wiped it with a cloth.
I really need to do that.
It's peace
I
of
don't. You
mind.
just
I'm not
never
gonna do
know.
it.
You
Ah,
just
fuck
never
it.
know what you said.
Whatever.
I don't. I would.
Although I'm not trying to get into politics
Exactly.
or like being a public figure.
Well,
Right.
Yeah.
yeah, me neither. But
If any of us were going to become
it's more
one.
like the stuff that I wrote when I was a teenager. When I read it now, it like makes me want to kill myself.
Sure, yeah.
So like I
Yes.
never want to
This
see
is
that.
true.
So I just deleted it all. So I never have to see it.
Yeah.
But that's who you were. That's who you were at the time.
I hated that.
Whatever, man. Now you're different because of that.
I see.
God,
I don't buy
Gator.
that. I don't buy that.
wise
So
words.
wise.
I hate,
Wise
I
words.
hate the whole, don't have any regrets because everything made you what you are today. Yeah, I could be way better. Look at
Nah.
all the stupid shit I've done. I could have a
Nah.
way better life.
Anyway, let's talk about football.
I know way less about that.
So
I don't. Maybe
He went with Cam
maybe he
Newton.
picked him because he thought he'd be rattled by all the bullshit. Do you know
I-
what I mean?
no, he picked him before it happened, didn't?
Is that
no,
right?
no,
No, it would've been
because
after.
the nickname that doesn't make
I
sense.
think it happened like mid last week.
Yeah, that's a good point, Marianne. I was there when he picked it, and I looked at him. I was like, "That's a risky pick," and he's like, I know, but I don't blame him. You got to take risks. You know, in order to catch up to you two, we've got to do something down here at the bottom. So
Yeah.
Well, I would say that something is not drafting Cam Newton
well, it didn't work out.
because he's pretty good usually.
Yeah, and it looks like they're up 10-3 right now. So I'm gonna assume he's
I don't
doing.
think anybody picked anybody in this game, right?
No, I don't think so.
Two good QBs.
Yeah, no one picked anyone tonight. People are avoiding the Thursday QBs.
How about those uniforms though by the Panthers?
I like them.
Thoughts?
They look good.
I'm undecided.
Too much blue.
Too much. Marianne says too much blue.
I think that's fair.
I like a lot of color in my uniform.
Too much blue.
All right. Well, Tony, how did Cam do last week?
Let me see.
Of course,
So,
never has the
dude,
fucking.
come on.
Well, I was trying to, but I didn't know which one to pull up.
He was-
I don't know what I'm doing.
No worries. He was 26 for 33 for 355 and 3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns.
Right.
That's
good.
he was really good,
Night.
and they still only won by 3. Because Detroit's really good. I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't.
He got.
I don't know if
did
there's
he get
much else to
injured or was
say.
that the week before? This is my knowledge. I just remember
For
seeing
Cam?
him- Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he looked a lot.
I don't think he got
keeps
injured.
looking better. They keep saying he just looks better and better every week.
Okay. Well, I'm certainly not going to take him because he's now.
No.
No.
If you include this week, which it's still early in the game, but currently he'd have 3 straight negative weeks. But that was also coming off of a 19-point week and a 29-point week. So I don't know. Maybe if they play a good defense.
Yeah. Well, week 3, he got 29 points. So
Yeah.
that he was a top second
against New Orleans,
undrafted.
not known for having a great defense, really.
Well, yeah.
As far as
Yeah.
I know. I mean, if my fantasy football knowledge is still current, which it was last current in like 2009.
Right.
And the New Orleans defense was really bad.
Right. Well, I think that's all we can say about Cam. Don't pick him. Next
Until
up,
he learns to respect women. Do not pick him.
Until he gets more pins on his hat.
right. Next up, we've got you, Tony, with negative
man.
2.8
All right,
points.
let me talk about this pick.
Yeah.
So
Can I say your name?
my name? Yes,
the
please.
nickname.
Case of the Mondays, Keenum.
I like that.
Not my nickname. Because I was auto-drafted.
Oh, so Brian picked
Because
it.
as I was talking about before the podcast, I was sleeping during this pick.
What's up with you, man?
Oh.
You can't be
The bed.
auto-drafting.
Right? I know. This is
Last week there were a ton of auto drafts. A ton.
This is how I always fall out of negligence every
Good.
time. Because
You deserve it.
I'm going to pretend like I didn't hear that. Because last year, the same thing happened where I was doing really well. And then like all the bad weeks were just because I got auto picked and I wasn't around to make the pick.
Or
So
you didn't put your guy.
I'm not making
on-
any. It was all on me, 100%.
Yeah.
I have been sleeping too much, and it's caught up to me now. And this is how some people, it catches up to them with losing their job or missing, a funeral or something like that. For me,
Wow.
it's way more
That's-
important.
Wow.
That's grim.
For me, it's way. I missed something even more important, and that was my pick. So for that, I
Well,
apologize.
I have read a lot of articles that people aren't getting enough sleep these days. So
Mhm.
maybe you're putting more in the bank right now.
I mean, if I could just extend this glorious life that I have as long as possible, that would be great. So
So how did Case do last week?
17 for 21 for 140 and a touchdown after entering the game. After a gimpy Sam Bradford played for
Yes.
I don't know, a series or a quarter or something.
Yeah, I watched the game.
Okay,
Bradford
tell us
looked-
Yeah,
about
this
it.
was against
Bradford was not moving well at all.
Mm.
He looked pretty slow, and they kept mentioning that he did not look great. So it looked like they were going to put Keenum in, and then when they did, he looked pretty good. Like he was moving really well.
So
Yeah.
you got auto drafted a quarterback that didn't even start?
Well, I assume that the ranking, like Keenum and Bradford, were at close in the ranks because
Yeah.
they didn't announce who was going to start until like Monday morning.
Yeah.
Right.
I
So-
read that they weren't going to play Bradford. Or, yeah, that they
That's
were
what I
gonna
read
play Keenum.
initially.
Yeah.
And also so at the time I was like, well, I got auto picked, but it's Keenum. Maybe I'll just get a 0 because he
Right,
won't play.
right.
And I did worse than that.
Yeah, you
Fuck.
did. Yeah, you
Shit,
did.
dude.
I'm not going to lie. I was cheering for him to do really
I mean,
well. I was the
You
biggest
should. You
Vikings
absolutely
fan
should. You
ever on
absolutely
Monday.
should.
I've never cheered harder for a team in my life.
No
than
love
Vikings.
lost here. That's all part of the game.
Well, the only other negative score this week was Alex with negative 1.44 points. Who do you go with, Marianne?
I'm mature. Joe has a small Sacco Flacco.
Yep. Rhyming
Solid.
Flacco and Sacco, they come up a lot.
Just classic.
Yeah,
It really is.
it works out well.
And I did
though.
laugh at it. So
If you can get a chuckle, it's a successful.
I
nickname,
think
in
so.
my opinion.
I agree.
And who did they play last week?
They're up against Oakland on the road, and I mean they won 30-17 on the road. What the fuck are the Baltimore Ravens, dude? Does
I don't know,
anybody
man.
know? Somebody explain the Baltimore Ravens to me.
I don't get it.
When they shut the Bengals out and they beat Cleveland and they get fucking destroyed by Jacksonville and then get killed by Pittsburgh and then come back on the road and beat Oakland. What is this world we
No,
live
I
in?
can't understand them or Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'm at a loss with both of those guys.
I really don't get it.
But Flacco was 19 for 26, 222, no touchdowns. I assume there were no interceptions either. So just like
So just a mediocre kind
one
of.
of those boring ass games from Flacco. It was his first negative game of the year. After putting up a 25 and a 31 spot before that.
And let's
So-
see
I
who
do-
they're going up against
do
next
remember
week.
that.
Chicago
So avoid Flacco.
against Trubisky. I don't know. Yes, avoid. Yes, you're right. This is a bad quarterback league. Avoid him.
Yeah. So don't pick Flacco.
Yeah, probably avoid him.
Chicago's bad.
Yeah, they didn't look like awesome at all.
And we know if Alex has the chance to choose a bad Chicago quarterback,
He'll do it.
He's going to do it. So,
Trubisky.
I stole it.
yeah, you did. You took it from him. And I'm sure he's upset about that. Because as much as Alex loves Chicago, the city himself, he understands that their football is really bad. And I think he knows that on a level that we don't.
All the announcers were really, really pumped about Trubisky though, and the Bears. Like they were like, this is a new era for the Bears. They kept saying that. So I don't know if that's.
It's really funny the hope that comes with a rookie quarterback.
Yeah. Oh, they were so pumped about it.
Hope springs eternal with those.
Cleveland knows all
the
about
Mitch
that.
signs were out and about.
I mean,
I did recognize that.
If you watch 4 weeks of Mike Glennon, I would have a sign for just about anybody else
right
on that roster.
True.
So I can't blame those fans. I think Trubisky's going. Well, maybe we shouldn't talk about him yet. Maybe we should.
Yes.
Wait.
Yeah, we'll get
We'll
there.
wait.
We'll get there.
My apologies.
Tom had 6.72 points, and who'd he go with?
Jacob Beef Brisket.
That was an auto draft, I think. I think Alex or
Yeah,
Brian
I believe
chose
it
that
was.
one.
I think Tom was busy.
So more credit to Brian for the nickname.
So Jakey Biscuits, and maybe probably his second to last start, I would say, before Luck comes back. He was 22 for 34 for 314, no picks and an interception. Finished with 6.72 points against San Francisco, a shit San Francisco team, just a shit team.
Yeah. So I don't, Brisket keeps getting auto drafted.
Nobody wants to take him.
No one wants him, and I don't think they should. I think he hasn't scored amazing bad quarterback points yet.
Well, I mean, he's
not great, but he's not like awful.
He's inconsistent. He's had a 20. So this is how his season's gone: -2, and then a 28.68, then -12.18, then 29.86. And then 6.72.
Okay,
so he's really kind of gone back and forth.
Up and down. He's going up against Tennessee this week.
The 2 games that he got mass points were Arizona and Seattle.
Okay.
And the 2 games that he got bad points were Rams and Cleveland. So 2 bad defenses and then 2 good defense. So he's one of those defensive match plays.
Definitely.
But hopefully for those of us who have Andrew Luck on their actual fantasy teams, Andrew Luck comes back. They're targeting week 8 against the Bengals, which of course that's how it works.
Bengals are bad, dude.
Are you talking about the 2 and 3 Bengals that are on a 2-game winning streak?
They're bad.
Are you talking about them?
They're real bad.
I think you're wrong.
Anyway.
You're incorrect.
Is that all we had to say about Beef Brisket?
Well, let's see. He's going
Who
up
are they
against
playing?
Tennessee.
Tennessee
on
has
a Monday night game.
13 ranked defense right now.
Okay, and it's on the road too. So I would have no problems picking Brissett this week. Although since I'm picking second, I don't think I'll pick him.
You're not going to pick him.
But mid round, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
For sure.
Maybe a later round pick.
Maybe at the bottom. I'm going to avoid him personally.
Maybe Gator should listen to the people who are in, top
Maybe
of the
you
leaderboard.
should.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe I will. I don't know. I'll be drunk Saturday. I'm going to try and take Marianne's advice.
Okay.
It really helps.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
You don't
Before you
stress
guys-
about it as much.
Before you even show up for the party, I'm going to be real drunk. Next up, we've got Taylor with 7.12 points. Who did Taylor pick?
Oshkosh Bagosh McCowan.
That
Love
was an auto draft.
Oh, was it?
Yep.
Wow.
That sounded
so many.
It sounded very Taylor-esque.
Yeah.
That was Brian.
Good job,
Wow,
Brian.
That was all Brian. Because
Brian
Taylor was
deserves
working.
deserves a beer for
Yeah.
all the names that he had to come up
Enjoy a beer, Brian, if you're listening. Enjoy one on us
Enjoy.
from your fridge.
So Josh McCown against Cleveland in a game that nobody wanted to watch was 23 for 30 for 194, 2 touchdowns and an interception for 7.12 points. Josh McCown has really only put up a 17-point game and a 26, but he's not been the
Worst of the worst.
man on fire Josh McCown we're used to.
He's not what we thought he was going to be.
On the New York Jets, who I thought was going to be one of the worst football teams in history going into the season. They're now 3-2 because nothing makes sense.
So funny.
They play New England next week at home. Watch them win, and just the world will explode.
Oh my God.
if that happens.
I forgot to.
A lot of people were picking him like really high early on, and I still wasn't familiar with all the bad QBs.
Yeah, that's
but
our bias.
He's definitely has had just some classic games in our league where you're more going off of the pedigree of the quarterback and not necessarily what he's done lately.
Maybe that was everyone's issue.
I think that's part of it. People have their biases. That we've been in this league for a few years. Experience is nice, but sometimes you need to come in with a fresh head.
Fresh head.
And
I
that's
think
what's working.
That's
That's
what
me.
you brought to this league.
It's amazing. By the way, how are you liking the league?
I love
so
it.
Far?
I like it way better than my other fantasy leagues. I love this. I love this. So I really appreciate you guys letting me in.
Oh, of course, for coming.
It's
I'm having a blast. I
great.
love it.
I'm glad you're having fun because I think
I am winning, so that I am a little.
That does make it more fun.
That definitely makes it more fun.
But also, I think like the more people that are involved, the more fun this is because I definitely think like it's more fun now to pick towards the end of the draft because you really actually have to. Well, at least for me, I actually have to like look shit up because there's only kind of decent quarterbacks left down there.
Right.
So with 12 people, honestly, I said 10 was the perfect number last year. I think 12 is actually the perfect number. I'm going to edit that statement.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, these bye weeks could get pretty rough.
Yeah, bye weeks are going to be a problem.
I mean, they've already started, but they pick up.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it's going to be.
We usually run into some issues there.
Yeah, just there's less options out there, so
you got to pick like the Carson Palmers and the.
Well, probably even better.
You
got
to pick
that.
Like Roethlisberger sometimes or something like that.
Well, who is shitting the bed recently?
Yeah, Roethlisberger looks like ass.
He literally scored 56.76 points last week.
Like 5 picks.
56 points against Jacksonville.
Oh my gosh,
dude! Jacksonville.
Ben should have retired last year. He's not good anymore. He's done.
He still has good people around him, though.
Right. He's got Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell. It's like
he's still crushing. He's in one of my leagues. He's just crushing still.
Probably like as far as wide receiver running back combos, it's probably the best in the NFL. Yeah. I would say those two talent levels combined. And Ben sucks, which is just it's glorious. I love to watch the Steelers lose.
It's funny. I think Jacksonville is just performing really well against our division.
Aaron and Brian, this is related. Jacksonville is the #1 defense in football right now.
Insane.
So where were they though before this week? Because how do you rank what the #1 defense is? Is it by yardage? Is it by turnovers? How do you rank that? Because they got like 6 turnovers, right?
I have this fantasy.
Yeah, according to this, Denver is still the #1 according to Fantasy Pros, but Jacksonville's #2.
Well,
I think this is ranked based on matchup for next week.
Oh, yeah. Not based on previous stats.
Right.
Because that's what I would like to know because they've had that game against Baltimore in London where they had all those turnovers and did really well, and then they had this game. So Aaron says total yards against. Well, I don't think that's a good way to rank a defense. Is just by total yards.
Thoughts? Well, I don't know. If you kind of look at a median of the yards, maybe, rather than a
I don't think
total.
A team who gives up 400 yards in a game is like if you give up 400 yards in a game and another team gives up 325, that tells me almost nothing about what the score was.
That's true.
But what do you pick? What stat do you pick?
It should be like war in baseball, where it's like an aggregate of like all of the different stats.
Whatever, nerd.
Baseball is the best sport.
You lost me.
That is why.
Right. So next up we had Stafford infection with 7.82 points. Who did Lauren go with? Yep.
EJ Womanuel.
Woman.
Womanuel.
Yeah.
Very sexist.
Very
Womanuel.
Very
I like
Newton-esque.
How did I like
who? By the way, who did EJ even play for? I don't even know.
EJ.
Oakland.
Yeah, Oakland.
Previous franchise quarterback of the Buffalo Bills before they finally got rid of him.
Yes.
I just want to go to the chat real quick because I have a major disagreement with some of what's going on. Well, first of all, I don't disagree with this. Brian says Gator always wants to use the word median incorrectly. I don't know what the history behind that is.
I don't either. Do I often use the term median?
I've never heard you say it, just for the record.
I
didn't live with you
like
for
someone
a
who can talk
years,
to
though.
ghosts.
Medium.
That's a good one.
That's what you
good
mean,
joke.
right?
That's
Brian?
nice.
Aaron says if you give up 400 yards in a game, you're a bad defense. I disagree. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I don't think that just yards given up means you're a bad defense. The Bengals defense has probably given up a lot of yards, but they don't give up a lot of points. I think giving up points, if you give up a lot of points, you're a bad defense, personally.
Yeah, that's a good point.
What a fucking
that's
shocking revolution.
Kind of the whole point of the game, right?
Yeah, to stop them from scoring. I think if you give up 50 yards a drive, but you hold them to a field goal every time, that's better than giving up, you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 field goals is better than 1 touchdown, right?
Understandable.
Exactly right. I'm right. You got chat. Come on.
Whatever.
Come on, chat.
Come on, chat.
All right. Sorry. EJ Manuel.
EJ.
Filling in for the injured Derek Carr. 13 for 26 for 159 touchdown, no picks. EJ Manuel is one of the most inaccurate quarterbacks I've ever seen in my life. He is fucking shit, terrible, so bad.
And Oakland.
I was down to pick like a rookie. I didn't know which one to pick.
Yeah.
I thought about EJ as well. I mean, it is a gamble, but when they're a rookie, like.
I prefer to let that first week go. I'll watch and see how they do the first week, and then I'll.
It depends on the defense too. Whoever they're playing.
Yeah.
Well, I think what's funny is when he came in the Denver game and filled in for Derek Carr, he completed like his first like 10 passes in a row or something like that. I remember watching the game, the graphic came up that he was like 9 for his last 10 or something, and I just remember thinking like he played in Buffalo for so long and that he never came close to that. Like he was never that accurate. So
right.
Maybe he's figured it out. I don't think so because I think he's still shit.
Yeah, he still didn't do great.
Let's see who they have next week.
They got the Los Angeles Chargers, who have lost just so many close games.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's towards the bottom. They're
21st.
Yeah, they're not good, and their entire fan base, like they don't even have a fan base anymore because they just alienated all the people from San Diego.
Right.
And like nobody in LA gives a fuck about. None of them are awake early enough to go watch a football game. So why?
Why did they move them?
Great question.
I know that
Great
might
question.
be dumb. Like
It's not dumb at all.
No,
they moved because their owner wanted to move to LA. That's literally the only reason.
But they moved and the Rams moved.
Yes,
both to LA. So now there's 2 teams in LA and no one gives a shit.
At a market where no one cares about a professional sports team.
Wow.
Because I guess there was money involved. I don't know if it was financially.
It's all about the fucking money.
Basically Dean Spanos is the owner of the Chargers, and I think every week there's a news story about something shitty that he did. He's just like a real shitty
just
guy.
A piece of
doesn't care about San
shit.
Diego. Like all the San Diego fans were like San Diego Charger fans were. It was one of like the most like energetic fan bases of all the NFL teams, and Dean Spanos just basically said, fuck you, we're moving, even though like they've been traditionally good recently.
And San Diego is a very nice city from what I hear.
It's fantastic.
There's no place I'd rather
live. That's what I hear.
It's so great.
The weather is incredible. Who would move?
So feel bad for the Chargers fans, but hopefully they can get like, I don't know, 5,000 or 6,000 at their games going forward.
Maybe they can get
like
a hockey team or something. Who knows?
God. Wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
Okay. All right. Anyway, Drew is next with 8.44 points.
I liked this one too.
So it's a pretty low scoring week except for a couple outliers. The average was 9.58 points.
Okay. It's a little below
Drew's name. Gingivitis Dalton.
That's a good one.
That
I
is
like
good.
that. I like that.
Bringing a disease into it. I love it.
So despite their win, Drew got himself in 6th place with 8.44 points. How did Andy do?
Yeah, 22 for 36 for 328, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions.
2 interceptions.
Yeah.
Andy's bad.
Before you say Andy's bad, he had not thrown an interception since week 1.
Okay.
I do remember that week well.
I've definitely I've gone through a few therapy sessions and was able to talk that week out of my brain, so I don't know what you're talking about personally.
It's completely erased from your mind.
No longer exists.
So who do the Bengals got next week then?
They got the couch.
They're a bye.
They are on a bye.
Oh, so Andy's a great pick this week. Then 0 points is better than what you saw this week.
I will say that I don't know the exact stat, but Marvin Lewis is one of the worst coaches in history of coming off a bye. So if you next week when they play in Pittsburgh, probably pick Andy Dalton.
That's a great
point.
Because
maybe
they're
I
going
tank
to
this
lose.
week to try and get.
I'm telling you,
first
that was
round.
my strategy with my Eli Manning pick. That was my strategy.
That's the way. That's not the worst strategy in the world, honestly. Just taking like a little bit of an L so you can get a big old W next week.
That's definitely what I did.
You got to try new things in this league.
I don't think anyone's done it officially
Not
yet.
intentionally.
Yeah.
But I can see it happening.
Sure.
You've got room to.
I do
try
have
around
a little room.
if you want.
I have
if you
a
want
little
to try
wiggle
and
room.
extend your lead.
I wouldn't.
But you're
fix what
right.
isn't
The
broken.
picks around there are stressful though.
Yeah, the top of the lineup
Yeah.
is stressful because there's too many options.
Yeah.
It's that problem of choice that we have in this day and age.
Mm-hmm.
It's makes people unhappy.
No one can make decisions anymore.
Right, because there's too many things. You go to the grocery store, there's 15,000 types of bread.
Yeah.
I don't want that. Just tell me what bread I need.
Give me 2 choices.
But at the bottom of the draft, it's like, well, I didn't have much of
No,
an
they're
option.
consistently bad.
Yeah.
Have
Yeah.
to pick them.
Yeah, and
Or
you
you're going to
can-
get shit on the podcast.
and you
Right.
can
Yeah.
if you
And that's
pick
what we're all
That's
trying to
that
avoid.
is what I'm trying to personally avoid.
if you pick 12th and you have a bad week, it's like, well, nobody expected you to have a good week, so
Exactly.
you can't feel too bad, and you also get
Exactly.
a really high pick the next week. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
that's one of the great things about this league. Just to suck this league's dick a little
We've
bit
got
more.
it set up really well. I think we've got it. Every year we're going to tweak some stuff a little bit, but I think we've got it set up really well right now.
I still think you should get 15 points for a loss and negative 15 for a win.
I really hope
Continuing
you're
our
just saying
conversation
that.
from
I
last
really
week.
hope you're just saying that to bother Aaron.
Well, Aaron agrees with me.
No, he doesn't.
Aaron agrees. Aaron wants more points for
Oh,
losses
man.
and wins. That's what I heard.
Oh, man. Okay, moving on. Austin with 10.18 points.
Oh my,
Um,
this name.
What do you go with?
Carson likes little boys Palmer.
So just no nuance to
That's
it.
a very Austin name. just
It's-
kind of blunt.
It's very blunt.
Yeah. How'd Carson do? I think Carson's a great pick. 10 points is above the average this week. He's one of those quarterbacks who just throws the ball all the time.
Yep.
He is he is kind of hit or miss though.
So I think this year he'll be a better pick because with David Johnson out for the year, their running game's really taken a big hit, and David Johnson was like
Oh yeah.
practically their entire offense.
I had him last year in my fantasy league and
Yeah.
I came in 3rd.
Yeah, he's insane.
Yeah.
Like he catches passes. He
Do you think
does
he'll
everything.
be running the ball more, or he'll just
Well,
throw it to shittier people?
They just traded for Adrian Peterson, which is a weird thing because like NFL trades are during the season especially is like so rare, hardly ever happens. But Peterson wasn't doing anything with the Saints, so I don't really expect it to change their offense for the better much. I think it's just like another guy that they have now.
Right.
But I still think Carson's going to be throwing a shit ton, which again, he threw 44 passes. So
Wow.
he's only thrown
Jeez.
he's had 5 games and the fewest amount of passes he's thrown is 36.
Oh my gosh.
All the other times it's been over 40.
They're going up against Tampa Bay this week.
Yeah.
How do you see that? playing out?
I see it being a high scoring game, and I don't know if it's now without looking at the defense. Do you have the defense rankings?
Yeah, I
pulled
do.
up? Without looking at that, I don't know how good Tampa Bay's defense is, but I think their offense is
They're at
competent.
15 against
Okay.
Arizona.
Okay, so
Could go either way.
yeah, I think it'll probably be an entertaining game. I think it'll be a high scoring one though. So
Okay.
but the thing is, even if he throws a touchdown or two, you'll still probably be fine. Like I said, I don't know if I said this yet or not, but he's put double-digit points up in every single week.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much a safe bet.
That's huge. If you can score double digits every single week, that's really safe.
Wow.
You just get like 10 to 12 points a week, golden.
Yeah.
Unless you're, 100 points behind.
People weren't picking him at
Well-
first, though, right?
No. First week or two.
Yeah.
I mean, 12 points is the league average right now. So if you over 12 points, you're in the top 6.
That's all it takes.
Okay, who do we got next? We've got me with Blake Bortles. I had the first pick last week, and I got 14.1 points. What did I say?
Blake Backwash Bortles.
Yeah, I'm okay with that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I honestly, I think the word backwash is like one of the most revolting words. Like I can just remember like kids in school, like when we were younger, just like
Sure.
having just like big old chunks of like backwash in their drinks and
Yeah.
shit. And that like makes me want to throw up.
So great
And
pick.
so- and so does
it's
he.
perfect.
So,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Honestly, I'm happy with the 14 points, but
it was
I
a good pick.
I think I'm surprised he didn't do worse. The Steelers looked terrible. I don't know what else I could have done. Bortles was on paper.
I
thing-
still think it was a good pick because I would have picked it if I had first pick.
Jacksonville, I believe, had 2 pick sixes in the game. So, excuse me. Bortles only threw the ball 14 times because
That sucks.
because all they had to do was run the ball.
Right.
Because Ben just kept, here you go.
Yep.
Every time.
Yep.
So Blake Bortles is another great pick, unless you're Brian when they play Baltimore in London. But he was 8 for 14 for 95 yards, no scores and a pick. So just a really sad game for Blake Bortles.
It still got me 14 points.
He's not good, and this might be the last year that he's the starter or even on the roster with Jacksonville. He's not good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see who they've got next week.
The Rams.
Because their defense is too good for their offense to be so bad.
Bortles would be another good pick.
That rookie running back they got, that Fournette guy, I think
Yes.
is pretty good. And they also have a lot of decent receivers. They have like Marquise Lee. They have Allen Hurns. I think that if they had like a competent quarterback, they might be a playoff team. But
yeah,
Bortles is just shitty, and I don't see him getting any better. I don't sit there and watch every Blake Bortles game, but it's getting to the point where they need to like figure out what they're going to do in the future. And apparently there's like 6 or 7 really good quarterbacks in the draft this year.
Oh.
Like in college right now. So I don't know, maybe Bortles won't be able to pick that turtle anymore.
I think he'll be a good pick next week against the Rams. They've got a solid defense. It's not the best in the world, but it's not bad. It's somewhere around 9 or something, right?
Yep.
They're at home, so I don't know. I don't know how much you care about the home away thing.
Well, with Jacksonville, I have no idea. I think
home and away is like more important for the team than it is for individual performances.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
like if they're in London.
Yeah, if they're in London, just throw caution to the wind because I got no clue.
Because who was in Jay Cutler was in London.
Mm-hmm.
Played like shit last week.
That's Jay Cutler.
And then the week before,
you had Flacco.
I had Flacco who was in London, and that was we know what happened there.
It worked out for you.
Yeah.
In that one.
Well, speaking of you, who'd you pick this week?
I picked Mitch Trubisky.
You got to do that.
Yeah.
You got 16.44 points.
That is a solid rookie debut.
Yeah, it's really good. And it sounds like you had a fun time watching the game.
I haven't stayed up that late on a work night in so long. I was up till 11:30, which is late for me. I'm a 9:30, 10
crazy.
o'clock
What
bedtimer.
time do you wake up?
6:45.
What time do you have to be at work?
7:30.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I can make my own. I can start as early kind of as I want. I just have to be at work by like 9.
But you like to go in early.
Oh, yeah. I get off at 4.
Yeah.
So I can do the same thing, but I physically cannot get myself out of bed.
I mean, my eyes are still closed and they're like swollen shut.
Yeah,
and I look
yeah.
Right.
like
but you drag
a
yourself
piece
in there.
of shit. Like
I got up at 6 this morning. Yeah.
dress with my eyes closed. Like I don't put a lick of makeup on. I like look terrible.
Do you have to like wear like
Jeans?
You can wear jeans every
and
day?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's so tight.
It's new.
Yeah.
Dude,
it's new.
We used to be able to do that at my office, but then like 6 months into me working there was this email that got sent. And so
people abused it.
Well, it's sort of. So not everyone was doing it. Like it was just the IT team pretty much who was wearing jeans.
Of course.
Because my manager,
jeans and tennis shoes.
Yeah, my manager didn't care.
Of course.
So I was like, this is sick. Like this is great. Because my internship, we could wear, I could literally wear this every day at my internship. So I was like, this is cool. And like 6 months in, we get this email from like my boss's boss, and it was like super official, and it was just like just to refresh everybody on the dress code.
This is the dress code.
And like that's
dress
when it
slacks,
ended. So
polos.
now just Friday we can wear jeans, which is just so annoying. I gotta wear like
I wore this to work today. Jeans and a sweatshirt.
Nice.
And I've been we're not allowed to wear tennis shoes to work, but I wear them all the time. I look like such a nerd, but I'm so comfortable. And a lady wears Crocs to work, so I feel like I can wear whatever the hell I want.
The key is just find one person that it looks worse than you.
Yeah, and there's this lady that wears, she pretends like they're dress pants. They're fucking sweatpants. They're sweatpants she bought at Walmart, and don't try to tell me otherwise.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Just wears like legit sweatpants.
No one, they will not say anything to these old people that I work with.
This is what I was going back to before we were talking about this before we went on air. But these places that are not quote unquote fun to work at, they have to allow like a certain level of like not giving a fuckedness, because if they didn't, people would just bounce.
Exactly.
Right? So they give you great benefits.
Yeah.
They let you wear
Great
tennis shoes to work,
benefits,
even though
good
it's against the
pay,
rules.
And they just suck your
Two-
soul. They just
more work from home days. But
they make you hate your life.
I literally can't even walk into
We
work.
hate it.
Like, you know, when you were like, I don't know if you guys were like this, but like you had like those kids at school back in the day that you did not want to see.
Sure.
So you're like kind of mean or like
Sure.
whatever. I get that feeling every time before I walk into
About
work.
everyone.
Oh no.
Yes, I hate, you know,
About
just
everyone.
like your stomach is just like you're nervous to go into work.
The days that Marianne
I
has
hate-
like a field day where she has to go outside of the office, I'm like, who the fuck am I going to talk to all day? Like
This is true. I am all the
fucking
time.
bored.
Yeah.
Sucks.
So for me, it's like I have a very small team.
By the way, I
that
bet Aaron loves this conversation.
This
right
I
now.
care about this way more than fucking football, dude. Who cares? For me, I have a very small team, and I kind like when I go into the office, I kind of prefer when like everyone else is working from home, because there's like a lot of days where I just sit there and literally don't talk to like the first words that I speak that come out of my mouth are like when I get home
Yep.
and talk to Matt. I'm like my voice has to like adjust. It's like goddamn, it's been dormant for so long.
That's why everyone goes on vacation, takes some days off for Christmas and stuff. And I take the least amount of days
Oh, yeah.
than everyone else because I'm in there and no one else is in there.
yeah. Those are the days I love.
And it's like, this is fantastic. I can just go home whenever I want, just work at home or whatever. Anyway, let's talk about football.
Anyway.
I don't know. Let's just make this a work podcast.
I watched the game. I was on the edge of my seat. I was at 14 points. And then Mitch threw a touchdown pass.
Right.
The Vikings guy literally tipped the ball.
Tipped it.
Gently into the
Bears.
Chicago Bears
Yeah.
wide receiver.
Yeah.
And I was so fucking pissed.
How much time?
Cam was like, it's okay. It's okay. I said, no, it's not okay. Then I was down to 8.
That was very Andy.
I was
by the
down
way,
to 8
right
points.
there.
Yeah, I do have Andy moments. Down to 8 points with like literally 3 or 4 minutes left. Interception. I'm back up to like
This-
16 points
This
or whatever.
league is a roller coaster.
Oh my
week to
gosh.
week,
really is.
play by play.
Loved it.
It's just I can absolutely hate this league one moment and then just love it the next.
I loved it.
Still waiting on the loving it part. You guys are kind of taking all of those. But
Well, it's funny the way that my brain works when I am having a good week or a bad week, because when I see during a good week I got the group me open, I'm fucking liking shit left and right. During a bad week I see that notification thing, I'm like, fuck these people. Like I don't want to read this shit, dude. Why would I put myself through that?
I think, the most consistent in the chat is Drew. No matter how well he's doing.
Very consistent.
Drew's always
Great
bringing
comments.
up outside
memes.
articles and memes and
Yeah.
stuff.
yeah. Well, he's very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame Drew's not like in the area or
Where does he
something
live?
like that.
I was
I mean,
about to
he's-
ask if he can not
isn't
come
he-
on
He's
the pod.
he's definitely local.
I thought he moved somewhere for work. I thought he
Oh, unless
Brian,
Brian,
Yeah,
needs some
Brian
help
let us
because
know.
I saw him at
he should definitely make an appearance if he can.
yeah.
Maybe that could be a Saturday one. Who
yeah,
knows?
definitely.
Yeah, I
Or we
think
can
you
Skype
you
in.
saw him when Brenner was moving,
Yeah,
right?
I saw him at Brenner's
I
thing.
think he just came in for that event.
Okay, I didn't realize that. I thought maybe he was.
I think he
lived
lives
around
in
here.
Indiana now.
Well, that's not too far.
Yeah, yeah.
He can make the trip. It's the 3-step.
Yeah, Drew, we need you, man.
Come on,
We
dude.
need you out here. Not Drew doesn't listen to this anyway, but
Yeah, he probably doesn't.
all right, moving on to Aaron, Jose's mustaches.
Matt Cream Diddle Castle.
Typical Aaron,
Yeah, that's a classic
Name.
naming convention.
20.18 points. I would like to see the files on Aaron's computer and see what they're named. They've got to be all the same.
Oh, that is man. That'd be a great
His
deep
porn
dive.
folder. See what that's
just-
titled.
Floopy doopy mismatch. Adult.
How did he do? How did Cream Diddle do?
Drew lives in Mason, by the way.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh.
Well,
He can come.
Come on the pod, Drew.
come on the pod. Get on the pod. 20 points. Cream Diddle. How did he do? Hit me.
Who did he take?
Cream Diddle.
What?
Who did he take? I forget. Aaron.
Oh,
Aaron.
sorry.
Matt Castle.
Oh, sorry.
Matt
You
Castle.
said that.
Cream
I
Diddle
just.
Castle.
You're
Yeah.
right. My apologies.
I'm gonna get a beer. Does anyone need a beer?
Yeah, I'll take one. One of those citradelics.
Tony, you know what? Yeah, same thing. You know what that means? It's beer run.
Oh, beer run.
Name 5 reasons Patino should be fired.
He's a child rape enabler, ×5.
It's a child rape enabler.
Oh, I thought you said Paterno.
Patino. Jesus.
Patino?
Yeah. Louisville.
Hey, you don't recycle, dude.
No, hell no. No, leave the beers on the bar because Gator's taking them for his for bottling.
Brewing, yeah.
Okay, sorry, Patino.
Yeah, Marianne's here, so I went Louisville.
He pays
basketball,
he pays
basketball.
players. He's a huge scumbag. They were already on probation. There's probably a lot more that we don't know about that Louisville does, and also he just looks like a guy who's slimy.
Oh,
So
in the nick of time. In the
Thank you.
nick of time, Tony gets 5 reasons.
I can't believe I went straight to Joe Paterno.
I was like, what are you talking
I
about?
was like,
And it's funny you say that. Cam and I just watched Happy Valley yesterday, the documentary
Yeah.
on that. I didn't know much about it.
I don't know if I've seen that, but I've heard it's good.
Very good.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
You should watch it.
It's
Is that a 30 for 30 thing, or is that just
It's
a
not.
standalone?
It's an A&E
oh,
indie
interesting.
film. I don't know.
Yeah, the more I read and learn about that, the more it's just insanely egregious that it was able to go on for that long.
Yeah,
Please
Patino.
watch it. I
Rick
was
Patino
What?
just diddling all those kids. Fucking-
I was yelling at the TV. If that tells you anything,
Well,
yelling at the TV.
Especially because, like, not to get too into this, but the fact that, like, the only way that Sandusky basically got caught was because he was, like, fucking little kids at, like, noon, like, on a Saturday, like, at the
Yes.
facility. Like,
Yes.
you just know that there was just people everywhere that knew about it and just didn't want to
Yeah.
talk about it or do anything about it.
Yeah.
So I should probably watch that because I bet I would really enjoy it.
You should watch it.
Yeah.
So update from Lauren, who's in the group meet.
I saw that.
She said, I can see every pore on Marianne. She a bitch. Sorry, I love you, but you're in first place. So I vetoed talk shit.
And I know that's not true because
So-
this camera's resolution is not that great.
Yeah.
So I
That's
have
why
to
I
talk
did
shit.
not
That's-
wear any makeup because can you really see my face behind this red microphone?
yeah, that's what those red as Aaron calls them reindeer noses are for.
Reindeer nose, I
to
like that.
obscure your face.
Okay, so how did Castle do? We're still working
Okay.
on this.
Yeah, got it, chat. Aaron, you don't have to fucking get on us about it. Castle was 21 for 32, 141, a score and no interceptions. I'm assuming there were a lot of sacks in there because fucking ESPN does or Yahoo doesn't give you sacks.
That's weird.
I need to know.
Yeah, because no interceptions.
I'm
He
gonna
still
go
got
look it
20
up.
points.
I'll look it up
That's,
real quick.
That's impressive. Castle probably gonna be good an option
Who
in
does
the future.
What team does he play for?
I don't fucking know, Tony. What do you play?
The Titans. He's filling in for.
Oh, okay.
for,
So they're going up
what's his
against.
They're going against the Colts.
Yeah, I'm gonna avoid that next week. The Colts aren't great.
Monday
Yeah,
night.
I
The
wouldn't
Monday
do
night
that.
game is Colts Titans. Who
That
the
sucks.
fuck is gonna watch that shit, dude? 2 backup quarterbacks.
No one, and I don't like picking the Monday night game. I would rather be
Gator's really weird about games
It
that don't
was
start
really
on Sunday.
hard to
Sunday
stay
games.
up.
I am all about the Sunday games now. I want to be involved while everyone else is in the group me, and I want to care, and I want to sit down on Sundays and watch football.
That was kind of my only thing is that
It's
I
not as
didn't
fun,
have
right?
people talking shit about me on Sunday, which I really missed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no one watched it on Monday night, so like no shit was talked, and I was really
It kind
sad.
of goes by. It doesn't get paid
No,
attention.
I was really sad about
That's
it.
interesting insight.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
Do you
with
know you know what I'm saying?
I
like
totally-
it's been
totally
constant
agree.
shit for a few weeks now, and I missed it.
That's great.
He was sacked 6 times and lost a fumble. So there,
6
there it
times.
there's your
is.
extra
Damn.
points.
All right. Last but not least, we've got John with 39.24
Insane.
points.
And I
Damn.
thought about picking Goff too because he has been consistently
Has he?
not
I
great.
don't
I
know.
think.
Well, here's the
He-
thing.
Tony, you
So-
can look up his points, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
wait, let me say the name real quick.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Jared Hardcock Goff.
Which was a auto draft.
Okay, I was gonna say it doesn't sound like a John name. So
Another Brian name.
so Jared, yeah, Brian really had to put his
He did
vocabulary to the
do,
test.
like,
I was
5
with
names.
him while he was picking, and it was like all in a row too. Like he was getting real upset.
Okay, so so Jared Goff, taking it through his whole season. So week 1 against Indy, he had a really good game. He got negative 3 points. I'm not going to do the decimals. And then against Washington, he had 11. And then against San Francisco, he was negative 13. And then Dallas, he had 1.9.
See, you're wrong, Mary.
And then
I am
Seattle,
so wrong.
he had the big one, the big 39er.
Yeah, so Goff up until this point has not been a viable option.
Yeah.
It's just
Guess not.
it has felt like it because all the people that are below you in the standings keep picking him.
That is it. That is why. Thank you. That is
Because
why.
he's another one of those McCowns that last year he didn't do great, and we all have this like bias toward Goff. And
that's our cross to bear.
I
Yeah.
think the only pick so far that's like consistently been like awful is Bortles. Like
Basically.
decently bad.
yeah, pretty much. Bortles
Which
should-
kind of makes things interesting though. Because you really don't know what's going to happen.
No, I have no idea. I mean, Flacco's been a great choice sometimes, except this week.
Yeah, and as you go with more quarterbacks getting injured, these backups are just they're easy money. I mean, they're just not. They're backup quarterbacks generally are bad. Generally are not very good.
Yeah.
Because think about how many bad quarterbacks there are that started the season as starters. And now some of those are gone.
Yep.
And we're getting to the real nitty-gritty.
Which will help us when it comes to bye weeks.
Yes.
That'll help. Which, speaking of this backups and replacements and stuff, the story that Drew posted today in the group me about Ezekiel Elliott coming back in
yes.
pretty much takes Dak Prescott off my roster. If he ever even was on it at all, I'm not picking him anymore because he's just going to hand it off more often than he used to.
Can you
Wait,
summarize the article
I
real
thought
quick?
he's going to get suspended.
I thought that
He's
was
been
what
playing.
it was.
Well, I was in class reading this during an exam.
I
so-
thought it was that he is going to be suspended for 6 games. That they're letting them do. They weren't going to, and they're saying like,
Man, I need to start reading
fuck
stuff
domestic
more.
abuse. You're out for 6 games.
Well, yes, you're correct. And to be fair, it's very confusing the way it's written because there wasn't
I'm unliking your
there was
message,
an
Tony.
injunction. There was an injunction, which not sure I really know what that word means. I assume that means some sort of blocking mechanism for the case to proceed, and that injunction was removed. And that's what the story was about.
Yes.
They removed the injunction
To allow them to have the suspension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Jeez, that was confusing.
now where it's tricky is it's kind of interesting if you're the Cowboys and if you're Zeke, because if you just accept the suspension and just say, okay, I'll take my 6 games, you'll be back in time for the end of the season and for the playoffs. But if he appeals it and he loses the appeal, then he could potentially get suspended for playoff games.
Dude, he didn't deserve this suspension in the first place.
Justice,
No,
dude.
no.
I loved
The long arm of the law
It's-
comes
it's
down
bullshit.
on these domestic abusers.
Okay,
didn't-
Buckeye
nothing
fans.
happened.
Buckeye fans.
What do you mean
okay.
nothing happened?
There were
Nothing
text
happened.
messages from the girl asking her girlfriend to lie for her and say that she was going to frame Zeke when
Maybe Zeke
nothing actually happened.
Zeke was framing this girl.
No,
Maybe it's 4D chess.
the Columbus police didn't even pursue any sort of crime.
Oh,
or
I
anything
wonder
like
why.
that. No.
I wonder why they didn't pursue
I'll call
an allegation.
I'll call Zeke after this, and we'll have a chat, and I'll get
No,
the scoop.
it's bullshit.
Please do.
He didn't do anything.
Zeke.
I think
I didn't know you
understand.
guys called him Zeke.
Yeah.
They call him
First name basis.
No, we call him Zeke. Yeah.
Zeke. He's
Zeke.
bro.
Zeke.
Zeke,
Oh.
my buddy who beats up women. What's
Zeke.
up, my dude?
He doesn't beat up
Zeke
women.
belly shirt.
Although he definitely beats up men in clubs.
My question is, does he stand or kneel? That's all I want to know.
Oh my
That's all that
gosh.
matters.
Stop that.
Because round here, we stand for the flag.
Around here we do that. We
We're-
all
we're-
stand
We're
here.
in Kentucky, all right?
Yeah.
We're in Erlanger over here.
Did you? Oh, you didn't see because I posted this in the other group me. There's a restaurant right down the street from here that is called like Colonial Cottage is what it's called. So you know it's just for
All right, let's go.
old fucking people.
Let's
right?
go.
And it's like a buffet, like lunch place.
You're speaking my language.
And on
Old
their-
people buffet.
for like the last month, their sign has said, "We."
Oh,
It's
please.
I don't want to fuck this up, but I think it said something like, "Stand for the anthem and come sit down for a great meal." And I was like, dude, that is why I love this city. I love that shit, dude.
Erlanger.
That was my favorite.
Sure, Langer.
For
Am I
sure.
right?
Yes, dude.
Erlanger for Sherlanger. Dude, if you throw a party here, that's what you're calling it.
Absolutely.
That's what you're calling it.
Done.
That is a great
A
idea.
pre-game buffet.
When are you
and
gonna have
we'll
a
come
party
over
here,
to
by
your
the
house.
I don't know.
Have
I mean,
one.
Matt's birthday's coming up. Maybe we'll have
Yeah,
a party for him.
Matt, get in here. Erlanger for Sherlanger, buddy. Get in here.
Don't bother
He's
him.
ignoring
not
us.
gonna.
He's got work
He's
to do.
ignoring us.
He's a college student.
Ugh.
Brian says injunction is like the median of the legal world.
Fuck him.
Aaron
fuck
says he's
yourself.
kneeling right now, and Cam says that's every restaurant in Paducah. Is that where you live?
Paducah. Yeah. That's
then-
where Cam's from.
And then he also says the Banger in Erlanger. That's also good.
Oh, bam.
That's good.
That's also a good party name.
That's
yeah.
great.
I have a lot of
Paducah.
options.
Well, now
he-
you have to have 2 parties.
Yeah.
you know, like the very west tip of Kentucky. If you look at it on a map,
Sure.
that is where Cam is from. Paducah,
Right
Yeah.
on the old
Yeah.
western border.
Western Kentucky.
I love
yeah.
it. Paducah. That
Where-
is such a dope-ass
Paducah.
name.
Paducah.
That's great.
Oh,
And
man.
they all say it like Paducah. The
Paducah.
Dookie Duke.
Paducah.
Yeah.
The Dookie Duke.
Yeah.
God damn, I fucking love Kentucky.
Well, I think we ran through everyone in the list. You want to hit up our segments?
Let's do the segment shit, dude.
Let's do it. Tony sent me the quarterback this week, and let me tell you, it's a tough one. I'm gonna warn the crowd now. Marianne doesn't know it, and I don't think she'll
I
even
will
know it.
never get any of
after
these the
seeing-
whole season.
You might know it because the preview will come up.
I still don't think she'll get it.
Let's
I won't.
see.
I won't give it away like somebody.
Oh,
Did last week.
Throwing shade over here,
We got a
dude.
subscriber over here.
God damn. Here we go.
All right, it's coming up. Coming at you
There it
live.
is. There it is.
Okay, don't show
Oh,
'em.
fuck my life.
Don't show
dude.
them.
All right.
They didn't see it. They didn't see it.
I need to get better at this. Okay.
Oh my.
There we go.
There it
All
is.
right. That's a fucking great picture.
You like it?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so anyone got any guesses?
Anybody got guesses for
It's Pacino.
just it's Joe Paterno.
Joe Pa.
It's not Joe Paterno.
not.
Just keep in mind it can be a quarterback from any
Now?
era. They could be currently playing, they could be dead, or it's
Oh.
somewhere in between.
Oh gosh.
We're kind of alive.
Since it looks like
Yeah.
a hoodie, I'm thinking like newer. Not that they didn't have hoodies, but I think crew necks were the thing back in the
hoodies
day.
were a 21st century invention.
I don't know. I just think that. I don't know why I think
Well,
that.
Marianne, you can see the end image. It's up. It's.
I don't- I don't think that.
And I
really,
have no fucking clue
I
who
mean,
that
I
is.
wouldn't know who it was if I didn't already know who it was.
Right.
Let's
All right.
give
so let's
him
give
the
him
first clue.
Yeah.
Aaron says Eli Manning.
No.
First
Tell
clue.
him, Marianne.
Oh, sorry.
Played for 7 different NFL teams
Oh, shoot.
over
Did
the
I go
course
that
of
way?
his career.
No.
Oh.
Lauren also guessed Eli.
Oh God. Sorry.
So he's played for 7 teams, so it's not Eli. Unfortunately. I will say, without giving anything away, as I'm prone to do, he was a very entertaining quarterback to watch. Suck on that clue.
There you go. All right. Good clue.
All right.
Let's give him the second one here.
Clue number 2. He went to Tulsa. Austin, you're not in the chat, but if you were, I guarantee you would already know this because Austin
Pretty
knows-
much these college clues are just for Austin.
Yeah, the
They're-
college
they're
clues are
always-
for Austin. He always
Maybe
knows.
Brian.
Why isn't he in the chat tonight?
I don't know. He might be working or something. He's a busy man. Us school people got stuff to do.
Yeah, it's
That's true.
But Brian's in school. Lauren's in school.
God,
they're
good
still
for
here.
them, man.
they're just straight up go getters.
We're all in school, man.
Aaron says Gus Farrat.
Okay.
Interesting guess. A little bit out there.
All right. Let's see what the third clue is.
Third clue, he played for the Bengals. Sounds a lot like Aaron's getting pretty goddamn warm. Aaron, it's Gus Farrat.
You nailed it. Aaron. That's
you
impressive.
somehow fucking drilled that.
Wow.
I honestly have no idea how you found that out, especially before the Bengals clue.
Yeah. I almost feel like he cheated.
I don't know how he could have.
That's amazing.
Do
That's-
you Google Tulsa?
I mean, I guess you could Google like quarterbacks who went to Tulsa. He just said "holy shit" in all caps. I think it was just a lucky guess.
I'm impressed
because he said that really quickly.
He did send
after
that.
The Tulsa
He did
clue
send
came
that.
up.
Yeah.
I don't think he would have even had a chance to Google
But
it.
look at that picture.
So
look at that picture right there.
Aaron, you deserve those Tim Hortons coupons from last week.
Yeah, man. Great work. That's impressive.
So when did he play for the Bengals? He looks a little old in this pic.
Great question. So he played for the Bengals for 1 season, and I actually found a pretty funny article from the Cincinnati Enquirer. But before, well, actually, let me pull up. Let me go to the other segment before I do all this.
Right. But yet, I didn't even know who this was when Tony sent me the name.
He's a legend, basically.
Oh, there he is.
He basically beat out John Kitna in 2002 to be the starting quarterback for the Bengals because
that's a throwback.
Right, because according to this Cincinnati Enquirer article, Farrat got the nod because of his strong arm, which could give the Bengals a deep threat. Spoiler alert, it didn't. Because he actually, I tried so hard to find a clip of this, but there was one game where, and I think Aaron mentioned this in the chat, this is probably the second most famous thing that Gus Farrat ever did. Here's what it says in the article. A rough start was not unexpected because Farrat was new to the offense, but his performance has been a disappointment. He has thrown 1 touchdown pass and 4 interceptions, including a left-handed pass thrown for an interception Sunday that swung the game in the Browns' favor. He actually did that.
Wow.
So Gus Farrat was a right-handed quarterback, and he was getting sacked and had his right arm restrained by a defender, and he like put it in his left hand and like tossed it over the line and went right to a linebacker for an interception.
Wow, good.
So that's one of my favorite Gus Farrat memories. But in the specific game for Week 6, since this is Week 6, against I forgot to pull it up. Shit.
What? What you got? What you got? Something new this week?
No, it's just I have the stats here, but I thought okay. Here we go. Professional show against the Baltimore Ravens in 2007. So this was very far after his tenure with the Bengals when he was already known to be a really shit quarterback. He went 19 for 36 for 208 yards and 5 interceptions. And 4 sacks. So I don't have your official score up here because I forgot to do that.
Well, it sounds about what Roethlisberger did.
But yeah, it's anytime you go 5 picks, no touchdowns, that's a good week for the bad quarterback league.
Yes.
So
that's insane.
That's beautiful.
Huge fan of Gus Farrat. He was one of the biggest memes of 2002 for the Bengals, and I can remember making fun of him as a young child.
I mean, that's 17 points just on incompletions alone.
That's amazing.
It's great. He's 30.6 rating. Get out of here, dude. My favorite, as I mentioned, Gus Farrat's left-handed pass was my second favorite memory. My favorite memory was when he was with the Redskins, and he.
Oh, do you have a video or something?
I do
here?
have a video.
Wow. Oh my gosh!
And he, you remember I had a video for Ryan Leaf as well. Yeah, when he yelled at that reporter.
Oh yeah.
Was this wasn't this year, was it?
So what?
Yeah.
Oh. Did I miss that episode?
No, it wasn't last week. It was
2
like
weeks
the
ago?
first week.
Oh, well, never mind.
Okay, so here's what Gus Farrat did after scoring a touchdown one time with the Redskins. Headbutt into the wall. Looks innocent enough, but turns out it wasn't because he actually missed a significant amount of time after this headbutt because he like fucked up his neck somehow. Let me see if I can actually find what he did. But here's an article from 2017, which the title is just fantastic.
Oh, that was a beautiful sack right there, by the way, against Farrat.
Oh, Michael Strahan destroying Gus Farrat. So this article from the offseason this season. Oh my God,
yeah.
Jesus. Okay, Gus Farrat at peace with infamous headbutt. That was just written this year. So this poor guy
this year
it's still going.
Has had this following him around. So here it is. However, Farrat is primarily remembered for his spraining his neck after headbutting a padded wall during a touchdown celebration. The incident happened on November 23rd, 1997 in a Giants vs. Redskins game. Nearly 20 years have gone by, but Farrat says run-ins with football fans serve as a constant reminder of his blunder.
That's so funny.
Farrat said, if you didn't have a sense of humor about it, I don't think that you would ever survive it.
Oh, what a victim.
What? Good for him.
I mean, that's it. What else are you going to say, dude?
Poor
Like,
dude.
What are you going to say? You celebrated by headbutting a wall and then you sprain your neck.
I mean, I think that one of the funniest things in sports is when someone gets hurt celebrating, and it's
Absolutely.
not. It definitely, like, I'm just looking at this article now. They're showing the Bill Gramatica torn ACL when have you seen that? Let's pull that up.
I think so. Yeah. What we could add, since that's so rare, as a rule, which don't take this seriously, Brian. But if your quarterback gets injured celebrating, you get first pick next week no matter what.
I think that's totally fair rule.
I like it.
It's no points or anything added.
I really like
just
that.
guaranteed first pick no matter what happens.
Because that doesn't happen often. But when it does, like, they deserve
hilarious.
All the ridicule.
Yeah.
So here's Bill Gramatica hitting a game-winning field goal in 2001, and then basically ending his career seconds after. It goes in. Here's a jump, and he's down. Tore his ACL.
Oh my gosh, that's not even like a big jump.
Nope, just a little kicker jump, and see you later. How you doing?
That's terrible.
And Bob's your uncle, and you're down.
And he won 0-0. He won a 0-0 game.
So that play is one of my favorite ever. But getting back to the point here, Gus Farrat always will be remembered for his headbutt and also for his left-handed pass with the Bengals, and that's why he is a wonderful quarterback.
Great segment this week, Tony.
Wow, very good.
While we're wrapping this up, go ahead and send in your questions for us. We'll get those rolling in while we finish this up here.
Q&A.
Yeah, a little Q.
I'm sure I'll know all the
A.
answers.
No one does. No one ever does. Brian, let us know if you like that rule idea. I think it's a great one.
I think it's good.
I think it's the median of all rule ideas.
I really do.
It really is. Aaron also called out that he had buttered a wall before I brought it up. So thank you, Aaron. Brian's a big fan of Michael Strahan. And Aaron says Bill was a cute little guy. Bill Gramatica. I agree. He probably weighed like 120 pounds, so he was very cute. Please send your questions. If not,
yeah, Miriam, what'd you think? First time on the podcast.
It was good. I hope I did okay.
You did
I
great.
couldn't chime in always because I have no clue.
I think you chimed in just the amount of time that you're
it
supposed to.
sounded like you knew what you were talking about. I mean,
I really liked reading all the names.
Yeah,
I
because
think
that's my favorite part of this.
That is a often overlooked part of the podcast.
It's my favorite.
Definitely make sure we go through.
Yeah, I love the names always. I look forward to seeing what everyone's gonna do
for that one.
Aaron
the names.
That.
Oh yeah,
we
you have
do
to.
Names till Aaron started doing it. Pretty much.
Oh well.
And it was like some people like half the league would do it, and then half the league wouldn't.
And then it became
everyone has
social
to.
Pressure.
Even if it's as dumb as Eli Dumbface Manning, it still needs to happen.
Or all of Tom's. Something knucklehead.
Yeah.
Something bozo.
Even just something. A little bit.
It works.
So
alteration.
I'll start with a football related question. Even though Brian, I'll get to your question. I really like it a lot. Cam says, "Who is Marianne eyeing for this week?"
Oh my God!
Oh, you get call her out, huh?
No.
Where are you in the?
I'm the third. I'm the third to last pick. So.
So you can say it, and
it's going to be deep in the.
I don't
rankings.
know yet. I mean, that's hard to say.
I mean, you are pretty scientific with your picks, so it's going to take you a while to crunch the numbers.
It really will. It's going to take a few drinks. And honestly, I hope that I am not on auto draft on Saturday. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Like, I am going to be out of my mind Saturday.
Another rule idea, maybe your third auto draft of the season minus 1 point.
Oh, we're going to
something.
start penalizing for
I kind of
auto
like
drafts.
that.
Interesting.
I kind of like that.
We could revisit that next year.
Yeah. Or maybe you become, maybe your status in the league gets on probation. Something like that.
Damn.
Oh.
What if you just get skipped?
Ooh.
I think that is where we need to go.
That's a good
Don't
idea.
screw with the points. Just skip in your last pick, no matter what.
Yeah.
Wow.
And if there's
It's tough-
multiple
it's tough.
auto drafts, then it's first come, first serve basis.
Yeah.
It is tough for like Lauren and Taylor and Austin and people that work on weekends.
That's true. That's true.
Get good. Get good, guys.
Get you a friend that'll draft for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Get you a friend that'll do both.
Get you a
Find you
friend.
somebody
Find you someone that'll
that
do both.
There's the solution.
Yeah, that's
Sorry,
tough.
Cam. I have no answer. You know the state I'll be in on Saturday. So there's that.
Also, Cam, great job throwing off the scent and allegations that you are the one behind
Oh,
this
yeah.
all, which has been brought up in the past.
He is not behind it.
I never said he was, and I don't think he is. But I'm just saying there's some rumblings and some talk
Mitch,
that could be
true
the case.
bitch, was mine.
That sounds like
Flacco,
Marianne.
mine.
That's classic Marianne.
Brian has asked if we believe in ghosts. Gator, I'll start with you.
100%.
You do?
Amen. 100%.
Do you really?
100%.
Do you actually believe in ghosts?
I'm gonna spit my drink out. That's such a random question, but I love it. I believe that there's some kind of like weird spirit sometime.
So yes, you do believe in ghosts.
Yes.
I
was trying to say that in a I believe in ghosts. Like so I wasn't like that. Yeah, I kind of do.
Interesting.
I think I kind of do.
Wow, I did not think I'd be the only one here that doesn't believe in ghosts.
I think
I've just
I
seen
did.
some crazy shit.
Like what? Tell me your ghost story.
I don't know. I've just you're right. It's TV, so it might not be real.
Oh, it's okay. Because I found that most people who believe in ghosts have had some sort of like experience that makes them like actually believe it. Like I've talked to a lot of people who like legit are like, yes, this happened to me.
I've
and-
seen I've had like some like friends like that are my actual friends show me pictures and things and I
Yeah.
believe them. So I think that's why I do, but I have not personally experienced it, but I haven't like grown up in an old house or like, you know what I mean? Like that's kind of where an old house or your grandma's been living in her house for a while and like things like that.
I've had some.
I don't know.
You gotta go to those places that ghosts frequent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They actually
Old
had an
houses.
article or not an article, a news story on like the 5:00 news tonight about like an abandoned ammo factory up near like the bike trail, the Loveland bike trail.
Oh, yeah.
And like Kings, like up
Yeah,
towards
that's-
that way.
That's right by my
And they
parents'
were like,
powder
this
factory?
is like people. Yes.
Yeah,
That's right
they
by
were
my
like
parents'
people-
it's
place,
creepy
yeah.
as fuck up there.
They said it's like one of the most haunted buildings in the country, and people like come and they shoot a lot of like haunted like horror movies there and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
It's a-
great question, Brian. You got me
It was,
really amped
just-
up.
Just to correct, that was actually Lauren's question.
Oh, Lauren,
from
great
Brian's
question.
account. But
I think I want to.
I'm way open to someone like if someone can convince me of almost anything. If you brought someone who had knowledge of the subject here, I would be open to like hearing what they had to say.
Sure.
But ghosts are like I am so
Ultimately, it's hard to prove.
Oh yeah, it's certainly hard to prove.
Impossible to prove.
And
I have hard.
I have never.
It's hard to prove.
I grew up in a milieu of the Holy Ghost and a lot of religious things around ghosts. It's in Catholicism. There's spirits and that sort of thing.
I'll let you guys
But-
handle this one.
I've never ever experienced any sort of like unexplainable like situation where there could have been like, you know, where people have, but I've heard stories of people having these crazy, like they see something that they're like, I definitely saw this. It was not a person like that. You know, they went through all the reasons why it was not a real person.
So my cousin did something real weird once. I personally didn't see the ghost or experience the ghost, but all of a sudden
Yeah.
my cousin
Those are my only experiences.
as a child started saying, "Oh, it's gonna get me! It's gonna get me!" and just like was freaking out and staring at nothing. And we're all like in my room, and we were like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "It's gonna get me! It's gonna get me!" Just pointing at absolutely nothing. And it was kind of weird, you know. It could have been just a child being all weird, and
Yeah.
that's not like that's why I believe in ghosts,
Right.
you know, that one incident. But I'm open to the concept, you know.
So you're
Yeah.
like agnostic about ghosts.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. There was a weird recent news story too on CNN. There was like a video that this high school posted of some weird shit that went on in the hallways. They had like security cameras, and in the middle of the night, these like lockers were like shutting and opening, and they were like throwing notebooks out, and this like janitorial sign, like this wet floor sign, just like went across the room. And like no one's there. It's just a security video in the dark. That shit is...
See...
Look that shit up, guys. CNN ghost video 2017.
And if it came from CNN, you know it's legit.
Yeah,
and
that's
also,
true.
I'm just
But
kidding.
still.
I'm kidding. But I've definitely seen a lot of that kind of stuff, and it's like I've watched like those ghost shows on TV and stuff, and a lot of it is like not a lot of it. There's some of it that's very convincing, where you're just like, okay, there is no explanation for this, but to me, until I've actually experienced it, there's no way that I'll be swayed. I don't think, because like you can't. I don't think you can convince somebody who hasn't ever had that experience, because it's just so like inexplainable.
Well,
Lauren, if you were looking for a yes or no answer,
you derailed this conversation.
Fucking passed that.
I think I'm going to derail it a little more here and just say that that's kind of how I feel about religion in general. Is I'm not opposed to it, but I'm not all on board either. I'm open to the idea, but there's no proof of it.
Which religion are you most open to?
I don't know, man. Just the idea of some sort of higher power, you know? Just whatever. Everyone's probably a little bit right.
You might
yeah, sure,
you
whatever.
might be more open to religion than I am, which is interesting since you were not raised religious.
Yeah. Maybe.
That's
maybe
what happens when you're raised Catholic.
Yeah, they burn you out early.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
Aaron
Great
says,
question, Lauren.
OMG, this Q&A is ... Why don't you ask a question,
Yeah, exactly.
dude?
Bring something to the table, Aaron.
Cam says yes. Let's have this conversation. Thank you, Cam. I appreciate you fostering a good conversation.
I'm shutting it down
Aaron
right
says
now.
next song.
Is Cam a big ghost person? No.
He probably meant the religion thing. We're not gonna.
The religion thing. Okay.
Oh, let's get into it.
No, please don't.
No, let's not. Okay. Okay. I don't think we have any other questions.
Yeah,
so
I think that's about it.
Aaron says he asked 3 questions and then he called me a fucking geek.
Did he?
You didn't. What are you talking about, dude? Oh, I did miss one of his questions.
Oh.
Would you rather drink a warm Bud Light Lime or drink one or drink 1 day expired milk in your cereal? Okay. If you're going off of the expiration date on the carton, I'll have that 1 day expired milk all day, because Aaron throws his shit out like before it even expires.
I'm going Bud Light Lime.
Listen,
are you fucking kidding me, dude? You can drink expired milk like a week
Bud Light
after
Lime
it's gone, dude.
Is definitely lukewarm, and it's not the best I've ever had, but
it's better than even cold milk. I'll drink a Bud Light Lime 3 days old before I'll drink cold milk. Milk sucks.
In your cereal, he said.
Just drink. In your cereal. Did he say in your cereal?
Yeah, I mean, not the Bud Light Lime in your cereal, but the milk part.
I don't even eat cereal.
Me neither.
And when I do, I eat it dry.
Oh, I eat cereal with milk.
I'm a fucking dry guy through and through. All right?
Listen, this Bud Light Lime was what was in my fridge.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with the Bud Light Lime.
Brian asks, will Marianne commit to a hot chicks / hot wings episode?
Absolutely. 100%. I'm very down for a hot ones.
That is happening.
Hot ones.
We'll make it happen.
3-step flop.
And I think for that episode, I would like to get the aesthetic right. And the way that they do it on the show is like a totally black room, right?
Cam, now that you're on, can we borrow some of your sauces?
Cam, we need you to box up
Cam
3 ounces of each sauce.
Cam has the sauces.
Well,
even if we don't coat it,
even
if we don't coat it all the way, because like we might actually die, just a little something,
Yeah.
just enough for like a bite of a wing.
Just toss it, just
a little.
Yeah.
Because he has the zombie apocalypse. He has the real shit.
I think
all the good ones.
You'll be surprised.
Atomic bombs
get yourself
or
a little
whatever.
Beer, in a group, I think you'll push through a little
That's when
harder.
I'll drink milk.
Yeah, dude.
That's when I'll drink milk.
Oh, with the sauces.
Well, we should do
Yes.
this on a Saturday. When
Yes,
people
that'd
can
be a
fucking
Saturday.
kick
I'm down.
back.
I'm down.
Actually, that would be the perfect day to do the live draft day.
Yes,
because
it
that'll
would.
be
And we
In
could get as
between
many people
picks.
here as possible.
wing
Yeah,
in
yeah,
between picks.
that'll be a longer day for sure.
I would love to do that. We should get that set up for a good day that everyone can be here for that. because that'd
And
be
we'll
fun.
have to work around your schedule the most because you're the one that's
Okay.
the furthest away. So
I'll come up.
and Lauren's schedule and Taylor's. All the girls have busy schedules.
Yeah, why don't you guys
As long
figure
as
that
we
shit
do it
out?
Let's do
early.
hot dudes and wings, man.
No, chicks.
I'm way too much of a pussy to eat all of those sauces, so I will not do this.
I will for art.
For art.
Do it for the culture.
I love it for the
Do it for
culture.
the culture.
Cam says he wants to be there for that, and he's got like 20
All right.
sauces.
He,
so
Sweet.
Hell
he's
yeah, dude.
actually not exaggerating.
Cam,
I swear to
let's
you.
do this shit, dude. Come up
Let's
to
plan this
Erlanger.
out.
Erbanger and
Or banger,
Erlanger.
banger, and Erlanger.
For sure, Langer.
For sure, Langer and Erlanger.
Oh man, I think that was a great show,
All
guys.
right, it's fantastic.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah,
Had a
of course.
blast.
Anytime.
It's so fun. Maybe I'll be on again. It's a long season.
If
Absolutely.
you just let us know, because we now have no future scheduled podcasts with anyone else in this league. So
Perfect.
anyone else in the league, if you want to be on, let us know when you're available. I think we usually do it on Thursdays, but we'll probably switch that up. So let us know when you're available, and we will make it happen.
Yep.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah. That being said, thanks for coming. This was the 3-Step Flop. My name is Gator Strand.
And I'm Tony Dealtel.
Marianne Farley.
Have a good one, y'all.
Later.